Welcome, lovely viewers, to another exciting video. Welcome to our channel, where today's focus is all about helix. Let's get started. A helix is a shape like a corkscrew or spiral staircase. It is a type of smooth space curve with tangent lines at a constant angle to a fixed axis. Helices are important in biology, as the DNA molecule is formed as two intertwined helices, and many proteins have helical substructures known as alpha helix. The word helix comes from the Greek word twisted, curved. A filled-in helix, for example, a spiral helical ramp, is a surface called helicoid. With that being said, let's now move on to properties and types. The pitch of a helix is the height of one complete helix turn, measured parallel to the axis of the helix. A double helix consists of two typically congruent helices with the same axis, differing by a translation along the axis. A circular helix, i.e. one with constant radius, has constant band curvature and constant torsion. A conic helix, also known as a conic spiral, may be defined as a spiral on a conic surface, with the distance to the apex an exponential function of the angle indicating direction from the axis. A curve is called a general helix or cylindrical helix if its tangent makes a constant angle with a fixed line in space. A curve is a general helix if and only if the ratio of curvature to torsion is constant. A curve is called a slant helix if its principal normal makes a constant angle with a fixed line in space. It can be constructed by applying a transformation to the moving frame of a general helix. For more general helix-like space curves can be found, see space spiral, e.g., spherical spiral. In this section, we'll be exploring handedness. Helices can be either right-handed or left-handed, with the line of sight along the helix's axis. If a clockwise screwing motion moves the helix away from the observer, then it is called a right-handed helix. If towards the observer, then it is a left-handed helix. Handedness or chirality is a property of the helix, not of the perspective. A right-handed helix cannot be turned to look like a left-handed one unless it is viewed in a mirror, and vice versa. As we progress, let's zoom in on mathematical description and examine its role in shaping our overall narrative. In mathematics, a helix is a curve in three-dimensional space. The following parametrization in Cartesian coordinates defines a particular helix. Perhaps the simplest equations for one is xit cos t, it sin t, t. As the parameter t increases, the point xit traces a right-handed helix of pitch or slope 1 and radius 1 about the z-axis in a right-handed coordinate system. In cylindrical coordinates r, h, the same helix is parametrized by 1 out t, t. A circular helix of radius and slope ab or pitch ab is described by the following parametrization. Xit equals t, it sin t, st. Another way of mathematically constructing a helix is to plot the complex valued function re as a function of the real number x. See Euler's formula. The value of x and the real and imaginary parts of the function value give this plot three real dimensions. Except for rotations, translations, and changes of scale, all right-handed helices are equivalent to the helix defined above. The equivalent left-handed helix can be constructed in a number of ways, the simplest being to negate any one of the x, y, or z components. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine arc length, curvature and torsion and its connections to our previous discussions. The arc length of a circular helix of radius and slope ab or pitch equal erb expressed in Cartesian coordinates as t equals t, sin t, t equals it ditsktab. Its curvature is alpha and its torsion is alpha. A helix has constant non-zero curvature and torsion. A helix is the vector-valued function r equals t sint v sin t equals t sintic. Marf verserta sint eocost plus berserta ab. Marf verserta sint eocost equaler. Street int terserta ab diterserta ab t. So a helix can be reparameterized as a function of s, which must be unit speed. Marf vers equalicus fracserta ab marf phi sin fracserta ab marf jo fracserta ab marf. The unit tangent vector is s fracaseta ab sin fracaseta ab fracaseta ab fracaseta ab fracaseta ab. The normal vector is fracamaft s a kapamath fraca ab fracaseta ab fraca ab sin fracaseta ab. Its curvature is a left fracamath right kappa fraca ab. The unit normal vector is nicus fracaseta ab sin fracaseta ab plus The binormal vector is times fracaseta ab left. Fracamath words fraca ab left. Its torsion is tau left fracamath words right frac barb. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of examples on our broader topic. An example of double helix in molecular biology is the nucleic acid double helix. An example of conic helix is the corkscrew roller coaster at Cedar Point Amusement Park. Some curves found in nature consist of multiple helices of different handedness joined together by transitions known as tendril perversions. Most hardware screw threads are right-handed helices. The alpha helix in biology as well as the and B forms of DNA are also right-handed helices. The Z form of DNA is left-handed. In music, pitch space is often modeled with helice or double helice, most often extending out of a circle such as the circle of fifths, so as to represent octave equivalency. In aviation, geometric pitch is the distance an element of an airplane propeller would advance in one revolution if it were moving along a helix having an angle equal to that between the chord of the element and a plane perpendicular to the propeller axis. See also pitch angle aviation. The Magellan Beautiful Folder Mahelgeometer 1598 octacrystal structure of a folded molecular helix reported by Len et al. In Health. Shim. Atta. 2003, AC6. A major natural spiral natural left-handed helix, made by a climber plant image magnetic deflection helical paths for charged particle in a uniform magnetic field following a helical path image resort detraction aspires non-jointed of a helical coil spring. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know what you found most interesting in the comments below.